40 balls numbered 1 to 40 are placed in a bag. What is the probability that the number on a randomly drawn ball is a multiple of 4 or 5? Express your answer as a common fraction. Well, first of all, we have 40 balls. They're all different. And really, when we pull the ball out of the bag, we assume that there's an equal chance to pull every ball, any ball. So the probability of pulling one of those balls is 1/40, okay? But now we've asked that, what's the probability to pull several balls, okay? The balls that have a number that are divisible by 4 and or by 5, okay? So in this case, probability of this event is actually number of balls that have a number divisible by 4 or 5 divided by total number of balls. So total number of balls is 40, we said that, but now we need to calculate what is numerator here. What is number of balls divisible by 4 or 5? First, let's look at the balls that are divisible by 4, right? So, if you're asking for a number that's divisible by 4, that number could be represented as 4 times n, where n is an integer. In our case, this 4 times n should be between 1 and 40, which means that n is number from 1 till 10. Okay? So that means that there are 10 numbers that are divisible by 4. All right, now let's look at the numbers divisible by 5. Same story. The number that divisible by 5 could be represented as 5 times m, where m is integer. Again, 5 times m has to be between 1 and 40, which means that m is between 1 and 8. So there are 8 numbers divisible by 5. So now, we could say, just take those 10 that divisible by 4 and then add this 8 divisible by 5 and we're done. Well, there's one more complication, and that is there are numbers when we look at the balls from 1 to 40, there are numbers that are both divisible by 4 and by 5. And those numbers we counted twice, one when we counted numbers divisible by 4 and one when we counted numbers divisible by 5. So the next step we need to figure out what are those numbers or how many of them, right? So if we're talking about numbers that are divisible by both 4 and 5, such numbers can be represented as 4 times 5 times k, where k is an integer. And this number is between 1 and 40. There are exactly 2 numbers like that, number 20 and number 40. So if you're interested in calculating number of balls divisible by 4 or 5, we're going to add all the guys who are divisible by 4, there are 10 of them, add all the guys divisible by 5, there are 8 of them, and we need to subtract those 2 numbers that we double counted. And as the result, we get a number 16. There are 16 balls that have numbers divisible by 4 or 5. So in our final answer, improbability is 16/40 or 2/5.